Oh, I'm getting a little bit of face mask on my lips here. Hey guys, Kira here. Welcome back to my channel, Kira Smiles. Today is a special day. I'm introducing to you guys a whole new segment. This segment will be me sitting down in front of the camera and doing some real talk. Talking about all those things that we don't always want to talk about, because I know that everybody goes through quite similar struggles, even if we don't think so. So, the whole gist of this little situation, I'm gonna call it either one of two things. It's either gonna be called mix and mask, or it's gonna be called mask and mingle. The reason is I wanna make this so real that I want you guys to just feel super comfortable to just throw on a face mask, be makeupless, wear whatever the hell you want, sip whatever kind of drink you want, and just watch. I want you guys to feel comfortable as if we're best friends, sitting in a room together and just chatting about whatever. Every episode, I will be showing you the face mask that I'm wearing. I'll be making new ones or potentially using some natural ones, and I'll show you exactly what they are, and I'll be drinking some sort of cool drink that I'm really, really into right now. So mask on in 3, 2, 1. Mask is on. I know you can't tell, but I actually, well, I mean, it looks like I'm yellow and sweaty. But what I have on my face is, I have turmeric, which is this really amazing spice, and some honey. Now, when you mix these two together, I was really feeling a hydrating mask today. My skin has been feeling very, very dry. It almost feels not scaly, but it just feels like I have dry bumps. Do you guys ever get that? You just get like around, like I get it around like my eye area, around my nose. It just feels like when you run your hand along it just like feels like there's bumps, and it's because your skin is so dry. And I've been getting that lately, which sucks. So hydrating mask all the way. The turmeric is fantastic because it's anti-inflammatory. This is, ladies and gents, this is the ingredient you need when you're looking to remove acne or scarring or any kind of blemish that you may have. This ingredient is fantastic. It is so anti-inflammatory and it is so calming. You can eat it, you can put it on your face, you could drink it. I wouldn't suggest like dosing your drink or food in it because it is very, very like potent, but it is fantastic for just really just clearing up the pores and just minimizing the redness and the blemishes. My skin is so red all the time. People tell me all the time that it looks like I'm blushing. It's just because my face is so red, or that I have a sunburn. They always ask, in the middle of winter, people will ask me, do you have a sunburn? It's ridiculous. Anyways, I won't get into that. But yeah, so turmeric is fantastic for that. And then obviously honey is so nourishing, so moisturizing, and it just really makes sure that you have the basis. It's a really good reset for your skin. It's really good for just your pores absorb the nutrients from the honey, and you just feel amazing when you take off the mask. It just feels like you're super moisturized. Those are the two ingredients, super simple. Just mix them up in a little bowl. One tip that I will give you, do not put too much turmeric or else you will actually dye your face yellow. Or orange, I guess. You know, it's kind of like a yellowy orange color. But you'll actually like dye your skin that color and it won't come off for like a day. So don't put too much of this because it's potent all in itself. You don't need too much, and you don't want to look like you're incredibly yellow even after you wash the face mask off. So those are the two ingredients. And the drink that I'm drinking today, I was thinking I wanted to do like a hot drink, but it's actually so warm here in Ottawa today and it's fantastic. I'm not complaining, but I decided to do a cold drink, and it's super simple. It's literally just water with some fresh mint leaves and some slices of cucumber. Super refreshing, really calms down your nervous system, really just calms down your whole body. I get really tense, I get stressed, and so this is a fantastic drink. Reminds me like I'm at the spa, feels amazing. So that's what I'm gonna be drinking. This is the mask that's going on. And the topic that I want to talk to you guys about today is, there's a couple that I have in mind today, honestly. I mean, there's a couple of things that have happened in my life lately and a couple of things that have been brought up to me in the past little bit that I want to touch on. But I think today I want to talk about being comfortable in your own skin. I've kind of done a little bit of a talk about this before, when I talked about my skin story, but I essentially just talked about what it's been like for me dealing with acne and living with it. And today I want to talk about being comfortable in your own skin, regardless of whether you have acne or not. So for me, lately, I've been kind of in a slump. I have felt as though I don't like showing who I am. That's a really interesting, it's kind of a weird feeling to have, and I'm sure people have it all the time, but it's almost as if I don't feel comfortable being myself. And I haven't felt like that in quite some time. And I don't like feeling like that. And for some reason, it's just kind of creeping back up. You know, like that feeling just keeps creeping back up. Lately, I just started a new job, so I'm waitressing now. And it's not like some sort of super fancy restaurant where I need to be like dressed to the nines all the time, but obviously you have to look presentable. And for some reason, every time I've been getting ready for this work, I've had this like nagging feeling in the back of my head that I don't look good enough, that I don't look presentable enough, that I'm not like pretty enough. So what this kind of has drawn out is that I feel as though like I always have to wear makeup to work. And yes, to an extent, you have to look presentable, but for me, I don't think looking presentable means hiding your blemishes. I think it just means, you know, you have a smile on your face and you're clean cut. You know, your hair maybe is put nicely together. It's not just rolled out of bed kind of hair. But for me, covering blemishes does not necessarily mean put together. And unfortunately though, I felt as though I've needed to force makeup onto myself so that my fellow coworkers don't judge me, so that customers don't judge me. And like I mentioned before, people always comment that I have a very red face. And I'm able to deal with it to an extent, but it does hurt, you know? And lately, especially in the summer when it's so hot out, my face just turns red so easily. And it doesn't bother me very much during the other seasons, but in the summer, it just like is extra because I'm out in the heat, so I am really warm, and so I start sweating and I start just getting really hot and my face just turns red. And then people are always asking me if I have a sunburn, they're always asking if I'm okay. They're trying to help, but they're not, you know? And so during the summer, I always feel as though I get a little bit more uncomfortable with my skin and just being myself and showing my true self. I feel like people can be so rude. Like, I don't know, it hurts, like it actually like hurts sometimes when people just like come up to you and think they're being nice. Like for me, with my skin, with my acne, like I've had so many people, like this one time, guys, I kid you not, I was sitting in a mall, okay? I was waiting for my mom to order food. I was just sitting at a table and this random woman came up to me, okay? She kind of like looped around me and she like stopped and she turned around and she looked at me and she said, "You have acne." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You know what's good for that? Avocado." And I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Like I literally thought she was like kind of distracting me while somebody else like stole my purse. So like I quickly turned around to make sure like nobody was there trying to steal my purse. But she was being serious. She was literally trying to tell me that avocados were gonna cure my acne. And she just like blatantly pointed it out to me in the middle of the mall when I was trying to have a good time with my mom, you know? Like it's that kind of stuff. I had another guy. I mean, I think he was trying to be nice, but he like, you know, he was coming through my line at Food Basics, like I was scanning his groceries, and he came up to me and he, you know, he was kind of like, you know, I had the same struggle as you. And I said like, excuse me, like I'm not sure what you're talking about. And he said, I had really bad acne like you. Great way to start a conversation. And so I said, oh, like, okay, kept scanning his groceries. And he then goes on to try and tell me what I should do for my skin. People, like, don't you understand? Like, I have done every freaking thing on this planet to try and fix my skin. I have done like any product you can think of. It's like I've bought a ridiculous amount of products to try and heal my skin, and none of them have worked. And the funny thing is, the one thing that has been working is the minimal amount of stuff that I've been putting on my face. And so just to have people come up to me and yes, try and offer their support, but also try and tell me what to do, just like irks me. Like that's probably one of my pet peeves. Trying to put yourself, like, don't put yourself in my shoes. Like, yes, it's important to put yourself in other people's shoes, but don't put yourself in my shoes and try and understand how I feel with my skin, because that's not how it is. You know, like you actually don't understand. Even if obviously if you've gone through having acne too, you get it to a certain extent, but we each feel differently. Some people do want advice, some people don't. Some people want to talk about it, some people don't. Like, you can't just assume that everybody's going through the exact same thing as you with their skin, you know? And so that kind of stuff just irks me. But I mean, you know, it also teaches you to have resilience. It's also teaching you to be more comfortable with yourself, because you are going to put your face forward. It's the first thing that people notice. And if you decide not to wear makeup one day, you got to own that shit. You got to be out there looking like $1 million without makeup. You feeling confident is what's going to make you look like $1 million. And that's something that I've had to learn, and that's something that I have to relearn now that I'm at this new job, because I can't have, you know, being scared of customers holding me back. I want to be an amazing waitress, but I can't let my skin hold me back And you shouldn't either. Whatever your insecurity is, if somebody comments on something, for example, I've had friends who feel as though they want to be losing weight. And so they've been going to gyms, and there have been people just like coming up to them and saying like, man, like you really need to lose some weight, eh? Good thing you're here. Like stupid stuff like that. Like that just blows my mind. You know, like you think maybe you're offering support, but you're really not. You're just making the person feel even worse. And oh my God, like if you've ever said something like that to somebody, please like, if that person is still in your life, please apologize, okay? Because it hurts so much. And please like forgive yourself too for saying it. If you've ever said something like that and realized how wrong you were, and then felt bad about it, forgive yourself, just don't do it again, you know? Because we're all fighting our own battles, and like, we don't need people telling us exactly what we need to do to fix our weight or fix our skin or make our butt looks bigger, you know, like different things like that. Like I've had friends, I keep giving examples, but I've had friends who like don't like how flat their butts are or something. Like they just feel as though they don't have a butt and it's just like not growing no matter what they do. And like people comment on it, like people literally make fun of people's butts. Like what is that? It's a butt. It's a freaking butt. Oh, anyways, that's the stuff that I don't like, and that's the stuff that just like weighs on you. You know, if you're somebody who has this big insecurity that you worry other people are talking about, and then you find out they actually are talking about it, like how much does that ruin your self-esteem? You know, it's just, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And so please, I pray to you, like I beg you, please don't do that, okay? You can offer advice if somebody asks. If I go up to you and I say, what do you do? What's your skincare routine? Tell me. But don't go out of your way to start explaining your whole skincare routine and how it changed your life, because I personally probably don't even want to know if I didn't ask you, okay? Sorry to break it to you, but I mean, yes, maybe it helped you, but I may not need to know about it. And so I want you guys to know, and this is what I have to tell myself as well, I want you guys to know that you are not alone if you feel this way. Obviously, I feel this way. Everybody feels this way. People most oftentimes don't actually see the blemish that you're so worried about. Like for me, my acne, yes, I still have it. It is definitely not as bad as it used to be, but it's still there, and I still have days where I wish it was gone, and I wish that I could just cover it up, or I wish that, you know, everything would just be normal. But it's not, and that's totally okay. And those days when I really feel anxious about it, I get very worked up, and then when I'm at work, I feel as though I don't perform the same way because I'm worried. The funny thing is, yesterday, the shift that I had, I decided to go in and I told myself, Kira, today you are not wearing any foundation, you're only gonna wear powder, just a little bit of powder to even out your skin tone, and that's it. No eye makeup, no lip stuff, whatever. Just very, very natural, just kind of evening out your skin tone. Regardless, I still worried that my face was way too red and that I didn't look presentable enough. And I went to serve this table, and I had served them all night. They were my last customer. And when I went to go give them the bill, the man turned to me and he said, "You have a beautiful smile." He told me that I have a beautiful smile. And it just made me realize that he didn't give a crap that my skin was super red. He didn't give a crap that I had pimples. He didn't worry about the fact that maybe I didn't look amazing. He just thought I had a really nice smile, and that's what he focused on, you know? And I think that is what kind of inspired me to talk about this today, because it just makes you realize that we worry way too much. You know, those insecurities that you have, whether it be about skin or whether it be about weight or a certain body part of yours that maybe isn't as flattering to you as you'd like, people don't notice it that much. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, of course some people notice it. Some people are gonna be total assholes and they're gonna be going around and making fun of you. I'm not gonna lie to you, there are people who are going to do that, who are gonna strike out at you because of their own insecurities. But there are also people who do not care, who notice those beautiful things about you, your beautiful eyes, your beautiful lips, your beautiful smile, your beautiful hair. You have beauty, and you may not always see it because it's hidden, you feel as though it's hidden behind those blemishes, but it is still there. And as long as you let it shine, people will notice. So I think this was a fantastic way to start off this new segment that I'm introducing. Please, again, comment down below what name you like best, or if you have any other suggestions, I'm totally open to them. Also, if you have any topics you want me to talk about, leave me comments down below. So if you want me to hear me talk about it and you want to talk about it with me through this camera, sitting with me, drinking your whatever you're drinking and putting on that face mask, please, please, please join. I think this is gonna be such a fun segment, and I hope that you guys feel the same way. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!